This is my Unit 12 for the football timeline. Between 300 BC and 200 BC, the Chinese invented an ancient kicking game called Puja. This is a game which involves kicking a ball through an opening in a net or like a hoop, and it's the earliest form of football which has ever been formed. 1280, there was medieval football. This is the main foundation and roots of English football, which originated in medieval times when they annually played on the roadside, so played once a year. In 1280 came the first account of a kicking ball game, in which a player was killed as a result of running into another player's dagger. Between 1400 and 1800, the main football game in Britain was mob football. This spread to other countries, but with different rules and pitches and stuff. This was a brutal game which involved two opposing teams trying to get a ball from one side of a village or town to another, and was played between villages themselves. Between 1760 and 1820 was the Industrial Revolution. This is a period where machinery was developed in Britain, which was loads of factories being merged into towns and cities. So obviously the workers from the smaller villages where they played games like mob football, they moved away to work and were working full time, so didn't have time to play. Also at this time, mob football was banned, which also, again, limited the opportunities to play. But at the same time, transport was improved, so different rules could be transferred between places due to better travel. In 1815, public schools had a new focus on the rules. In schools like Eton School in London, they actually differentiated the rules to create two different games in football and rugby. In 1848, Cambridge rules were created. These involve things like goal kicks, throw-ins, forward passes, and actually prevented players from running with the ball, so you could only throw it. In 1857, the Sheffield FC was the first official football club in the world. They also invented the Sheffield rules, which involve things like centre kicks and no players could be held on the ball, and the ball could only be pushed with a hand and not held with it unless it was a free. In 1863, the Football Association was formed or founded, and it's the oldest football association in the world. These created the Football Association rules, which were very much influenced by the Sheffield rules. In 1866 was the first full 90-minute game. This was a game between Sheffield FC and a combined FA team, which was played on the 31st of March. This rule, obviously the rule that, the length of the game was then incorporated into the rule book in 1877 and hasn't changed since. In 1877, a second game was planned between Sheffield FC and the FA, but didn't go ahead because of a dispute about the rules, which meant the FA had introduced an 8-feet crossbar, which Sheffield decided to raise to 9 feet, so they couldn't quite agree on it. Also, the fair catch rule was dropped, so football became a purely kicking game, like you won't actually come inside it. In 1888, the Football League was formed. So from autumn 1888 to spring 1889, the first Football League season went underway. There were 12 teams involved, which Accrington, Aston Villa, Blackburn Rovers, Bolton Wanderers, Derby County, Everton, Notts County, Preston North End, who were champions, Stoke, West Brom and Wolverhampton. In 1894, the game of football spread to Brazil, where the first game took place there. This was due to Thomas from Glasgow, who took football when going over to Brazil to work. And obviously it spread there and has created so many different players that we know today, the likes of Pele, Ronaldinho, etc. 1904, the Federation International, the Football Association was formed, also known as FIFA. This is the international governing body of football and organises the major international tournaments, like the World Cup and the Confederations Cup. Their headquarters in Zurich in Switzerland. In 1907, the Professional Football Association was formed, also known as the PFA. This is the world's oldest professional sports trade union and has 4,000 members. The aim of the PFA is to protect improve and negotiate the condition of rights and status of all professional players in the game, and making sure it's all fair, essentially. Between 1914 and 1918 was the start of the First World War, or World War I to be declared, and obviously competitive football in England was suspended because so many players that were fighting in the war, or well, essentially killed in the war. In Switzerland, football wasn't suspended. It was put in perspective, like 5,800 out of 805,000 players signed up to fight, and 50% of the football pitches were destroyed in terms of if there was anyone who was into land. In 1914, when World War I started, women's football boomed because obviously all the men had left to go to war, and women were in factories and essentially needed like a pastime or something to do alongside of work, so they started playing football. In 1930 was the first World Cup. It was organised by FIFA obviously and took place in Uruguay. A lot of the Europeans didn't turn up to even play, and the winners were the host themselves, Uruguay. Between 1939 and 1948 was World War II, which again saw football suspended. So it decreased standard. However, it had a positive effect in some ways as football was actually played by the soldiers to boost morale and to help them make it easier. In 1954, UEFA was formed, the Central European Football Association. This is the administrative body for the Association of Football in Europe and runs competitions like European Championships, Champions League or European Cup, Europa League and Super Cup. In 1955 was the first European Cup, which is UEFA's Premier League tournament, or Premier Club tournament. The tournament was hosted in France and was won by Real Madrid. Obviously it's gone to develop to create what we're known as the Champions League. In 1966 was a historical year for English football as they won the World Cup. This is the only World Cup they've won since, and beat West Germany 4-2 in the final. In 1971 saw the Irish disaster take place in a game between Rangers and Celtic. This was a crush among the crowd at an old firm football game which led to 66 deaths and over 200 injuries. This happened at an exit stairway at Ibrox Stadium, or where it was called Ibrox Park, England. 1985 saw the Bradford Fire take place. This was when the whole stand at the Bradford City Stadium went up in flames. 56 people died and 265 people were injured. And this obviously then had a massive effect on football because it changed the way the stadium was built. The whole design of them actually changed because obviously they couldn't use wooden stadiums in case it happened again. 1988 saw the Hillsborough disaster take place. This happened in the semi-final FA Cup match between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest. It was essentially a trafficking error by the police or the management of the stadium at the time, which led too many people through to a standing area and essentially caused hundreds of people to be crushed up against the fence, creating 96 deaths and 766 injuries. In 1992 was the form of the Premier League. This is the top tier competition in English football and is known to be one of the best leagues in the world. There are 20 teams that take place, that compete in the Premier League, playing each other twice, home and away. In 2002, saw the first World Cup take place in Asia, being hosted by both Korea and Japan. Brazil won this World Cup and it was their fifth World Cup title.
Brilliant, well done. Clearly explained how it's developed and the organisations. Tell me how you thought that went. Yeah, happy with your slides and stuff? Yep, I thought they were really good. Don't be as nervous when you're presenting, but we'll get used to it. Fellas, any feedback?
Good, mate. Nice.
Was the information clear?
Loud, clear.
Yeah, good stuff? Well done, mate.